Hey, I'm Mike Twombly, health coach with Dr. AJ Shah, and we are so excited to have you here with us today. In fact, the next 30 days we see as being life-changing for you. Being able to lower your blood cholesterol and have the health that you would like to have and the independence from medication is exactly what we're shooting for on this. So, I'm sure you've already saw Dr. Shah's day 1, pulling back on the oil. If you haven't, I'll put the link in below. It will be below for you to be able to see if you have not seen that. Definitely go back and take a look at that and get caught up. As far as today's concerned, we're going to be jumping on to meat and talking about that as a topic of what we can do to kind of pull back on having so much meat in our day-to-day and in our diet itself. In fact, a lot of times these conversations start off and actually evolve to like demonizing cholesterol itself, when in fact cholesterol is actually necessary for us to have. Our bodies actually make 3,000 milligrams per day, and that's the optimum spot for us to be. So our bodies take care of everything we need as far as cholesterol is concerned, and that's really the key main point for you to remember as we're going through these 30 days. Our body already creates all of the cholesterol that keeps us at our optimum levels of cholesterol to make all of the hormones, the testosterone, the estrogen, vitamin D, the membranes on all of your cells. All of these things are highly dependent upon cholesterol production and it being around that 3,000 mark. So 3,000 milligrams a day, you're thinking, wow, that's a lot. When I think about, eating an egg yolk, that's 200 milligrams. What's that compared to 3,000? And you're right, 3,000 is a lot more. But anything beyond that 3,000, our bodies have to contend with. And so the main objective for us to do is not to put additional problems on our body by putting something in that's already there. It's a lot like bringing your car to the gas tank with a full tank of gas already. Getting to the tank, looking at your gas gauge, saying, well, oh, it's already full. I'm just going to pump it anyway. That would be ridiculous, and no one would do it. The reason is that when we jump into our system, the same thing occurs, is that we get an excess of cholesterol, anything beyond what our body already makes. So when we have a piece of meat or we have all this extra oil, we have all these extras coming in, at that point then our body has to work on getting rid of this or down-regulating its own production in doing so. What comes with these foods that we're eating on a daily basis is a lot of damage and inflammation to the artery walls themselves. And so that's what we really need to focus on as well, is how much damage does meat do to our arteries? And in fact, not only meat, but how we eat it, how we prepare it, as well as what actually is put beside it. So if you're eating meat and you're having sugar and salt and oil and all of these things that are causing inflammation and damage to the internal of the arteries, that interior of the arteries getting beat up and then the cholesterol coming along, building up this plaque along the edge of the artery and then closing down, causing us not to have the blood flow that we would like. This is what leads to our stroke, our heart attack, dementia, leg blockage, and so many more. If you're pulling meat out of the diet, that's going to be very, very helpful. It's going to remove a lot of these damaging and oxidative stress that actually occurs onto the arteries as a result of having meat in your diet. So let's talk about you. How are you going to get rid of meat? How are you going to take this next step? Leave some comments in below. I'd love to hear how you plan on doing this and how it actually affects you. Because this is a tough and very personal choice for you to make, especially with something as important as your food. We want to hear all about your process and we want to hear day by day what you're going through. So leave us some comments below. We'd love to hear what's going on with you. Try to pull back on the oil from yesterday like Dr. Shah said, and let's pull back on the meat as well. That's going to allow your blood cholesterol to come down. It's going to allow the stresses that are coming in as a result of everything that's around your plate to be taken away and your blood to purify and clear out. And as a result, be less dependent upon those statins and medications that you're on currently or that you're trying to avoid. We look forward to having you in great health, your heart being healthy, you being strong, and us moving forward together. We have 28 more days left, so join us. We'd love to see you for the next 28, and I'm so glad you've been with us for the first 2. We'll talk to you soon. Have a great day.